You know what? What's amazing is that here we are. We've got all these pieces that have been added to the Lakers roster, and there's still an open roster spot here. The
Hmm.
Lakers still have an opening, and your colleague Dave McMenamin was just talking today about the potential of them leaving that spot open for someone in particular. That someone being Andre Iguodala, who right now is stuck with the Memphis Grizzlies. What do you think about that? Is that the right move for them to be making, waiting on Iguodala? Is he even the guy they should be going after? And do you see him actually getting free of the Grizzlies without having to be in a trade where, I mean, the Lakers would probably have to work out some sort of a deal. I don't know that they can even make something happen there unless he's bought out.
Yeah, I think if it was the Lakers' choice and he was bought out. Certainly, the Lakers would be in the front of the line
Right.
trying to make a case for Andre Iguodala. The problem is just going to be Memphis. Obviously, knows that a lot of teams can use an Andre Iguodala. Iguodala, I've done this a couple times. I've talked about Iguodala on my show. That could be the difference maker. You know, if Andre
Mm-hmm.
Iguodala ends up with the Lakers, they become the favorites to win an NBA championship. Not to say that they're already not one of the favorites, but that's a big piece. If Andre Iguodala ended up with the Houston Rockets, that's a big piece for the Rockets. The Clippers, that's a big piece for the Clippers. So, unfortunately for the Lakers, Memphis is well aware of the asset that they have. Memphis is well aware that there's going to be many teams that would love to have Andre Iguodala's services. I think they're smart to say, look, we're not just going to give him away and let anybody, go and grab him. There's value to Andre Iguodala. The only way the Lakers can probably get him is if he's eventually bought out. But that's going to be the challenge for the Lakers. He makes a ton of sense for the Lakers. He makes, he was Rob Pelinka used to represent him.
Right.
He obviously would be coming to a team that's competing for an NBA championship. So the Lakers can make many cases of why Andre Iguodala would be a perfect fit for the team and fill in that last roster spot like you're mentioning. But unfortunately, I don't think it's going to come down to what the Lakers want here. I think Memphis is they're gonna hold tough and they're gonna try and get some value or a pick or whatever the case is. And I just don't know if the Lakers have any assets left up until December 15th when the trade deadline kicks in.
Yeah, they really don't have anything they can offer in trade. They certainly can't match salaries on that contract that Iguodala has. So that's going to be the tough spot. Look, if the Grizzlies do trade him, it's possible that they could trade him to a team that's looking for a little bit of cap relief. Take on a player that has, say, a 2-year deal in exchange for Iguodala, who has just a 1-year deal. That mystery team gives up a pick or something to Memphis, then they get something out of it, and then that team waives Iguodala. So him getting traded doesn't necessarily mean that he's not going to hit the free agent market. But I look at this not just from the sense of, okay, this is a guy with veteran experience. This is a guy with championship experience. He's a former finals MVP. He's not just a fit in that sense. He's a fit in the sense that the Lakers need what he does. It's not just his experience that you're looking for. You look at this roster right now, and of the positions that are open, small forward is my biggest concern. And yeah, LeBron's going to play there, but they don't have any real true small forwards behind him. And it seems like this team is just begging for an Andre Iguodala. So I think beyond just the fact that he's a quality player, beyond just that he's a veteran, I think his fit and the need for him on the team is so high that his
Absolutely.
addition will go beyond just what he brings as a player. I think adding Iguodala to the Lakers, just to put things in context, means more than adding him to, say, the Clippers, who already have a lot of wing players
Sure.
like that.
Yeah, and Trev, I mean, can't you see Andre Iguodala if he is a Laker? That's who's gonna guard James Harden. That's
Yep.
who's gonna guard Kawhi Leonard. That's who's gonna guard Paul George. There's a lot of teams out there that have good wing players, and in the Western Conference, and not just the Western Conference, but in the NBA in general, usually those players are the ones that are switching on defense. They can guard multiple positions. And Andre Iguodala would fit that mold and really fit in seamlessly because he is a vet. He's done it before. He's a champion. He's a finals MVP. But that's a good point. You're right. There's going to be times AD has already said he wants to play the 4. LeBron's going to play the 3. We'll see who plays the 5. But at the end of games, I could see AD playing the 5. I could
Mm-hmm.
see LeBron
Yep.
playing the 4. Kuz playing the 3. You want to have as many guys as you possibly can, especially from a defensive standpoint. So I think you hit it on the head. If the Lakers can get Andre Iguodala, if they somehow found a way to get him, that would, adding to all the other additions that they put on this roster, I think the Lakers, you can make the argument, had the best offseason out of any team in the NBA, and I'm including that as part of that as the AD deal as well. But that's still a big piece left for the entire Western Conference and Eastern Conference.
Now, if they aren't able to get him, is there somebody else that you've got in mind that you'd like to see them bring into that final roster spot? Or would you be more of the mindset, hey, let's go into the season with that spot open because invariably somebody's going to get bought out in the middle of the year that then they can then swoop in on?
I think I think them waiting for the right person is the right thing to do.
Okay.
You know, if if they just want to fill in the roster spot, they can do that. But look, there's going to be players that they'll realize whatever predicament or situation they're in. Maybe they're on a team that is not competing for a championship. They eventually want to be on a team that can compete for a championship, or they know the exposure that they're going to get in Los Angeles will help them get a bigger contract somewhere else. So I'm under the belief and the mindset that the Lakers will be smart with that last roster spot. There's a reason why it's still open, and I think it's waiting for an opportunity for them to capitalize on.
Agreed, 100%. Yeah, it's time to be patient. Andre Iguodala would be a wonderful fit. If not him, don't burn that spot just to grab anybody. Wait, because once players start getting bought out around the middle of the season, then they're going to be an ideal landing spot for any number of guys, and who knows who may hit the market at that point.